Hi guys, I'll introduce myself here a little bit. I'm not really the greatest talker. I haven't written a speech or anything like that or script. I'm talking from the heart here. My name is Noah, 25-year-old conservative who lives in Colorado. Born and raised in Colorado. And this is my home. Just like America is my home. I love Colorado the same way I love America. I love the people. Strangers that I've never met. The same as I love my brother or my sister. No matter their faults. Now, this video is titled This Shirt. And yes, I am going to talk about a shirt today. But I need to include some context before I do talk about that shirt. So, I used to lean rather sort of liberal. And I had a couple of friends in my childhood, elder friends. Liberal leaning gay couple. Great men. Two great guys. Absolutely phenomenal people. We unfortunately don't see eye to eye anymore. We've stopped talking. They think I'm part of some cult or anything, something like that, and they belittle me for my opinions, but I know they don't mean it that way because I know they're good people. I forgive them. I will always forgive them. I love them. They're like uncles. Maybe I will speak to them at some point, but I need to give it time until I can figure out what I need to process. I've seen Colorado change for the past 10 years at least. And since I've been, 10 years would be when I was 15 years old. So when I was starting to become, more understanding of how things worked and, start to mature more anyway. And I started to see how things were changing in a way that just didn't make sense. And I started calling that out, and I remember being called racist and homophobic and transphobic for simple things of don't label me as a cis man, I'm just a dude. That didn't make sense to me. And then when COVID hit around, I started to, I at first was very pro mask up and vaccinate and thought all the Trumpies were dumb. And I was a little, I liked guns and everything, but I didn't understand them or the community enough to be able to really align with them. I was just like, all right, yeah, whatever, There should be some restrictions. I just wasn't educated on it. And then around, halfway through 2020, all my views started to change because I started questioning things about COVID and how things didn't make sense. I was like, well, wait. Why are we allowed to go to restaurants and eat and take our masks off at the table, but the second we stand up from the table, we have to put our mask back on? Or why is it that we're allowed to have hundreds of people in the grocery store at the same time, but we still have to be 6 feet apart? Why is it this guy can wear his mask down here, one guy can wear his mask up here? What? People are wearing different kinds of masks, but so on and so forth. It was just, none of it made sense. And when you call out the things that didn't make sense to some people, the left especially, they just lost their minds and they started calling you names. So I started to not really identify with those people anymore. And fast forward to, kind of within the last couple of years, I've become very, very right. Not extreme. Some people are going to want to label me and call me an extremist and call me a Nazi and blah, 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 blah. I'm not. I'm just going to preface the fact I am not. I'm a good person, and I say that without any kind of remorse. One of the people that I started to listen a lot to was Charlie Kirk. And I was never a person that was religious. I thought Christians were all assholes. I thought it was just a shitty religion. I was brainwashed. I will be honest, I was brainwashed. And then I was just not religious. I've always believed there might be something up there, a higher power, but never really believed in it. But since I started listening to Charlie, it started to seem more real to me. And within the past couple months, I have started to ask more questions about God, Jesus, and the Bible, to myself, really. And the questions that I had all got answered by Charlie. So, imagine how I felt when I learned of his assassination on September 10th. Now, let's get back into that shirt. So, I went to the thrift store on the Sunday before he was murdered. And I was just looking at a few shirts, a couple deals on shirts and everything like that. It's funny because at our thrift store, you always see like conservative like shirts that are always marked way down and super cheap because they just want to sell it because they're so disgusted by it. They're all liberal there. So I saw this one shirt that really stood out to me. I thought it was really cool. A little bit on the cliche side, but I thought it was pretty cool and it represented what I believed. So I bought the shirt, brought it home. I hadn't worn it yet because I hadn't run it through the washer and I'd been busy and stuff. And then I learned about what happened to Charlie Kirk on that fateful day. Then within 24 hours or so, 48 hours, a lot more images started going around, and then Tyler Robinson's picture showed up with him wearing a hat, sunglasses, and a shirt near what looked to be a staircase. Now, something intrigued me because that looked familiar. Okay? It looked familiar because this was the shirt that I bought at the thrift store. And I thought a lot about it. I wanted to destroy this shirt. I wanted to throw it away. I wanted to burn it. I wanted to shoot at it, something. I didn't want to wear it. And then another guy got caught, got his ass whooped at one of Charlie's memorials wearing the same shirt. And I thought how nobody could ever probably wear this shirt again. And then I thought about what would Charlie say to that? And I really thought about it, and I hope maybe some of you guys can agree with me here, that he would not want us to silence ourselves and not express the things that we truly believe in because of a little dweeb that couldn't debate. This is the land of the free and the home because of the brave. Now, are we free? That's the question that everybody has been asking. Well, that's not the conversation I'm here to have. But what I will say is, you're as free as you make yourself be. Now, what I mean by that, yes, there are a bunch of restrictions and everything. And no, yes, there are things that are illegal that you can't do. You do have free will. But the one thing you do have the freedom to say is, I'm not gonna let some pussy little fucking twink decide what fucking shirts I can and can't fucking wear in the country that I so love that I would fucking absolutely die for. I have a message to the left, or to anybody that does not like the American way of life. That does not like the idea of God-fearing men and women in this country who would rather have a monogamous relationship and follow the word of God. If you want to destroy the very fabric of this nation and destroy the very threads that hold our people together, which is the ability to be united regardless of the circumstances, because of the fact we are Americans. And if you intend to shit on the name of patriotism, and you intend to try to vilify everything men and women have died for since 1775, when the Revolutionary War started. There's people within my family that have died in wars to protect this fucking flag. And this motto on this flag, on this shirt, holds true. We're Americans. We don't let anybody tell us what we can and can't believe. We don't let anybody tell us what we can and can't do. We don't let anybody tell us who lives and who dies. The only people, the only thing on this fucking planet that gets to make that decision is God himself. You're not God. You will never be God. You are the closest thing to real life fucking demons we've ever had. As to what happened with Nick Shirley in Portland, that was absolutely despicable. To the people that celebrated Charlie's death and chanted for more, fucking disgusting. And to Destiny, I know you probably won't see this, as I'm just a low-level video maker. Fuck, maybe not even 5 people will see this video. Shut the fuck up. You know, I want to be nice, but the burning desire in my fucking chest to just start knocking heads into fucking walls is absolutely absurd, but that's not what Charlie would have wanted. He wouldn't want me to do that. Neither would God or Jesus. He would want me to forgive you. And yes, I forgive you. But you are not going to destroy the very thing I love. The very thing I wake up for every single fucking day. I'm glad for. And very thankful for. Be destroyed. I am not going to step outside my house, go to work, go to events, and be scared. I am never going to let anybody threaten my life. I am not going to let anybody take my life without a fight. I am going to fight to the very end if you do come after me. I'm not going to come after anybody. I don't have any suicidal or homicidal thoughts. But I speak for most of America when I say, I am fucking done. We're done listening to you. We're done discussing things with you. If you want us dead, and you guys want to dance in the streets on our bodies, or you want to paint the fucking streets with our blood, as Hassan Parker Pike, whatever the fuck his dumbass name is, then come fucking do it. What are you waiting for? You're not gonna scare us into submission. This isn't something that's gonna just roll over, become something different. No. He just made our voices louder. He motivated us more. He made more of us find God. And now, a lot of us really understand what it is now. This isn't Democrat versus Republican, or right versus left, or conservative versus liberal anymore. This is good versus bad. This is evil versus righteous. Not righteous. Evil versus kind. This is right versus wrong. This is humanity versus inhumanity. This is unification versus segregation. This is about our lives now. Our future. Our next generations, our children, their children, and their children's children. This is about the next 250 fucking years. And with that being said, anybody else, if they have this same shirt and they're afraid to wear it because of what happened, but yet you feel very strongly about the message on the shirt and the colors on that shirt, then fucking wear it. Don't wear it because you idolize that. You know what? Instead of people, let's drown out the people wearing that shirt to idolize that guy. We wear this shirt because Charlie wouldn't want us to stop wearing it. None of the men that died fighting the British would want us to stop wearing it. None of the men that died in World War II fighting Hitler's henchmen and the Nazis would want us to stop wearing it. Your granddad, who may have fought in Vietnam, would want you to stop wearing it. Your dad, or your uncle, that went to fight the terrorists after 9/11 and came back in a fucking casket with a flag on top of it, would say over his dead fucking body you would take that shirt off. And over my dead body, you'll ever get these colors off of me. These are my colors. This is my flag. This is my belief system. You will not tarnish what I love. You will not tarnish what I'm willing to die for. And you will not tarnish the idea of freedom and self-expression. And you will not win this fight. thank you for listening. I really do hope plenty of people see this video. And I hope people are inspired. Because this is where my voice is starting to be heard. This is where I'm getting loud now. This is where people start to learn who I am and what I believe. This is where the turning point marks its day. That was terrible, but I love America. I love you all. God help us all.